Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to reviews and recaps. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm not. It's a really hot day and my fan broke down, so I've had to order a new fan. Let's just say your girl is battling a headache right now as I'm talking to you guys. But anyway, enough about me. Let's get into today's video. So today I want to talk about Tisha. Talking about the Melometers, I want to talk a little bit about her interview with Dustin Ross. Then I want to talk about Kimmy. Then I want to talk a little bit about Marceau, okay? So we have a lot to talk about. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. And everyone, please like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below to let me know what you guys think. Now, let's get into it. You all know this whole season has been about the Melometers. The Melometers need to start getting paid by own at this point, you know. In the words of Arian Curry, coleslaw, you're using a likeness. The Melometers, they are using the likeness, honey. They keep talking about the Melometers. And it's getting exhausting because it just feels like, is this new season going to be about the fan base? Like, what is it? The same Melometers are the ones making the show what it is today. So, like, what is everyone, like, what are people talking about? Like, people need to chill. Anyway, Tisha had an interview with Dustin Ross, and when she was asked what she would like to change, in terms of the fans, she was like, it would be great if fans would just watch the show instead of popping up to their lounges and warehouses taking pictures. At the end of the day, they just want to see each other succeed. So the fans should just watch the show and give their opinions based on the show and not doing all these evil stuff and background checks now. I know that's a mouthful, but I want us to really break it down and talk about it. Now, I personally feel like the fans would not be showing up to lounges and warehouses if you guys stopped lying about certain things. I feel like the fans are curious because they feel like they're not seeing the real. They feel like the show is not communicating the real, and there are a lot of gaps that are not being covered in or on these shows. Now, the reason you promote things like your lounge, for instance, is so that you can get people showing up at your lounge. Now, of course, you don't want the attention of people showing up, taking pictures, but it's a public place. People are going to do that. Now, does that mean you have to like it? No. You can reach out to the fans and talk to the fans and say, oh, you don't want them to be showing up taking pictures, but they're likely to keep doing it. She also said about they should just watch the show alone and not be doing all these evil stuff and background checks. The problem with that is the show does not give enough. And a lot of the show needs to be complemented by us in these YouTube streets. So a lot of the bloggers are the ones that like complement the show, are the ones that give the gaps on the show. Like a lot of things with this cast in particular happens on social media. And so, of course, bloggers like ourselves will cover these things that as they are happening. Now, we don't show up to nobody's place because ain't nobody buying me a flight ticket to show up to your lounge, okay? And even if you did, I would be like, what am I going over there to do, okay? But my point is, I feel like we have to show things that are not being shown on the show but are in the public domain, because the show is failing the fans by not showing these things that are very important and add to the story. And that is what I feel like fans are tired of. Fans can tell where there are gaps. These people are smart. People can tell when you're not giving us the whole picture, you're lying, you're hiding things, and it gets frustrating. So if you have a fan base that live around the area, they may be like, do you know what? Let me see. Is this lounge actually there? Is the lounge actually open? Do they really do what they say they do? Now, I understand that background checks can be intrusive, but if you have nothing to hide, it's a background check. What is the problem? Let's say I was a public figure showing my face, all that kind of stuff, and people were doing background checks on me. I may not like it because it's intrusive, but at the end of the day, I'm just like, there ain't nothing to find. So whatever, right? So I feel like that comes with the territory of being in the public space. Yes, people are going to research you. People are going to check if you have a mugshot. That's just what people are going to do. So if you were about to go in the public, like for instance, right, some people, before they sign up to certain shows, they scrub anything that could be scrubbed. They come up and give context to things that people can find out about. You feed us the information so we don't have to go looking. But I feel like that's one of the things they get wrong. They show so many projects, there's no follow through with it. So people are curious. People are like, okay, are these people a legitimate business? Do these people do what these people act like they do on the show? So people are generally like, let's check it out. I'm sure like fans from other shows do the same thing. I think that these people are just not aware of the notoriety and the public status they get as a result of being on the TV show, because they feel like this is my opinion, by the way, because they feel like they're not getting paid enough. I bet if they were getting Bravo check, they may be thinking, yo, I'm a public figure, honey. Like, whatever, you show up to my job, as long as the security, that should be good. And I just think that maybe it hasn't really sunk in for them because they probably have to pay for their own makeup and do all these kind of things. And maybe that's what it is. So they don't really feel like celebrities. Now, of course, whether or not, we can't say they're probably Z-list celebrities, but whatever. You can still say they're celebrities in their own right? Reality TV celebrities, okay? Either way, my point being that the show doesn't give people enough, so people have to go and look for it. Now, Tisha said that she watches Real Housewives and she has never tried to call. Meanwhile, she gets emails, she receives calls from people cursing her out. She does not know why there are so many evil people in this world. Now, first of all, what sorts of emails are you getting? And who has your number and how do they get it? Now, emails, I would be like, okay, emails are usually in the public domain, so most people can get through emails. But like calls, cursing her out, like that is a bit mad. Like, who is giving, like, you lot, please don't be giving out Tisha's number. Now, do I even believe that this happened? I don't know. I don't want to minimize someone's experience if that indeed really happened, because that is out of order. You shouldn't be calling anybody on their phone if they didn't give you their number to be cursing them out. That is so weird. That is uncouth. That is too much. Fan or not, if that really happened, okay? Because I think we need to qualify it, because some of these people, I feel like they just be pulling things out of their A. Now, there was a comment apparently with somebody saying the Melometers were the ones to take a picture of the Scott's rental home. And if people were bold enough to show up to Mardonia and canvas, why is it shocking to show up at someone's home? I mean, people pulling records, calling the city etc. So yeah, I would never put anything past anyone with this level of stan culture. The thing I hate about this is the fact that they're labeling it as a Melometers thing as opposed to some fans of the show or people that watch the show. I will say, first of all, I did not even hear about the Scott's, people going to take a picture of the Scott's rental home. If you guys heard about it, please let me know in the chat and keep me straight on this. But I personally did not hear it. Now, I heard about people showing up to, I believe, Mardoni. I heard about Miss Black Titanic showing up to Canvas's warehouse. But to my recollection, I don't think Miss Black Titanic has said she's a Melometer, unless I missed that. So, but keep me straight in the comment section below, by the way. Now, Marceau did reply to the comment saying it wasn't the Melometers that took that picture. The blogger said it was Melody herself. That is the report we received. Now, can somebody get that comment over to melodyshari? Because does that mean someone needs to get sued or what? Now, if I were Marceau, I would tread carefully because Melody is in a suing mood. She is not playing with nobody. None of y'all on that show, nobody and their mamas, like she ain't playing with nobody, right? And she has said she's gonna be giving the receipts, pulling up receipts. Like only God will have to tell her to stop. And so if she's in that kind of mood, better make sure your facts are correct, because it ain't gonna be pretty. That's just that. Now, I did notice he said that's the report we received. To try it, that's his own way of saying allegedly, okay? Now, Kimmy said in response, Marceau is correct. This ain't new. It's given cray-cray, but it certainly ain't new. I think I was the first person in this cast to get a racially charged hate letter to my place of business. And it continues. Most people aren't really moved until it's them. And at this point, I believe every cast member has to fight for their lives just to have an opinion. At the onset of the show, I was a huge proponent that our show has somebody for everybody. It's all good if you don't like me, you can like T or Mel or vice versa. I know you all love Marceau in this group, but not to like me and to berate or stalk me is a whole different kind of weird. I know I don't comment much because I don't want to be in here cussing with folk, hiding behind a profile page, but had to plug my piece on this. Y'all stay safe. Now, first of all, nobody should be receiving a racially charged hate letter to their place of business or to anywhere to begin with. That is completely unacceptable. And here's the thing, right? People need to understand that when you're in the public, there will be people who will say horrific, disgusting things. It does not necessarily mean, like, people could be saying these things, one, because they have mental health issues. They are going through a lot. They just need someone to take it out on. People are crazy. Like, so many things could be going on with that person and could be resulting in them behaving in that way and lashing out. There is no excuse for that behavior, but it's just the reality of the situation. So what I will always say to people is, if you're in the public eye in any way, protect yourself. Make sure you have security. Make sure you are protected when you go about your daily lives, because your daily lives now has been or have been altered by the fact that you're now in the public eye. And so I just think that these people don't really realize that they are in the public eye. People are watching you. Thousands of people are watching you. So it is important that you protect yourself from all of these sorts of harassments. Because sometimes it could start with the letter, then it moves on to something else and something else. The part I personally do not like is that they're trying to label Melometers as a bunch of crazy people when that is far from the truth. In any community, you're going to have some crazy people. Even in your families, you're going to have somebody that is a little cray-cray, someone that is this, someone that is that. That doesn't mean that they're not within your family. Or that doesn't mean that you would say, oh, that's how that family behaves. No. You understand that that is one person, that is a minority of people, and you don't throw away the whole bunch because a minority or of people are not very good. When you buy fruit from the store and all of them are majority are looking so nice and fresh, and then you have one that is bad, what do? You take away the one that is bad, you throw that away. But you don't say, oh, the fruit was bad, terrible fruit, I'm not going to buy fruit from this place again. No, you get rid of the bad one and you move on. And I think that that's the mentality that they should have. But I think deep down, they're jealous of the fact that Melody has a community that support her. If Melody said, today I need this thing sold out, it's going to be sold out. If she says activate, like for instance, when she brought up the discount code food truck, did you see how many thousands she made? That is someone that is about her business and a community that support her. I even saw someone that said something about they were going to buy 3 times. I'm like, you see what that is on? People are not playing with or about melodyshari. And I feel like these ones need to get in line and join the party because it's serious. Now, shout out to Empress Radio because that's where I got this tea from. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. And I will see you guys in the chat. I know you guys have a lot to talk about and I want to hear every bit of it. So let's continue the chat and I'll see you guys later. Bye.